Yeah, once again, good morning to all. I'm going to share the file. So are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
right. So as you can see, the mechanics play very important role, and you can also see the emblems which I put on the slide. So definitely, it's a lot of stuff that we have to understand physics. So physics, you can also see how physics connected to the all the field. I connected to that. I put that picture in the emblem. You can able to see here. So let me show that. So you can see that I want to invite you to just mute and talk, guys. Don't you just need, it's your primary duty to mute it.
Again, a nervoso.
Right, right. Sorry. So you have to treat yourself as a professional person, like treat as a yourself as a scientist. You always be professional. Show your professionalism in the academic. So that will help a lot. Okay. So what? Why I'm a host? Okay. When I keep that mute, everybody I think fine. Right. So don't mute me, guys. I am I cannot teach you. Still, I can see people are okay. So you can see here how things are going on. Uh, you can see here how physics is connected to the entire globe. You can also see a lot of stuff here: magnetism, electricity, day-to-day life, everywhere. All light, all effect you can able to see. Communication, and this is a quantum physics. So physics play very important role in all fields. So that is the reason I kept two of them in the emblems. So coming to the next slide. So laws of motion. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, I want to hear from one of you. I'm going to ask you, one of you, to talk about at least to tell one of the law. Uh, Shivarjun, ready? Shivarjun, ready? Are you there? Shivarjun, ready? Can you? Yeah, you are unmuted already. So can you tell the first law of first law? Can you tell the first law of Newton? No. Are you there or not? First thing. Upender, just can you discuss the first law or second law?
Law of inertia, sir. Law of inertia.
Very good. Are you outside? Right.
Sir,
It's okay. Just mute yourself. Yeah, just mute. Just mute yourself. I want to hear sounds.
Sir, first class.
Guys, crazy. Right. I want to ask question now. Just I want to finish it. Things yeah.
Hello.
Laws of motion. As you can see, the first we can see what are the laws actually. Why who proposed these laws? I mean, the laws actually, the laws of motion in physics play a very important role in all fields. So, I mean, what do you need actually? Why we're talking about loss of motion? Definitely, we need a some kind of force to have the motion. I mean, when I talk about the loss of motion, you are looking some object, right? When I kick you, what happened? When I kick you, you move, right? So when you apply a force, when you apply a force on a object, body gets its motion. Body gets motion. But if I don't apply the force, what happened? The body should be at rest, or the body should be at rest or motion, right? So, so that is one of the law indicates. It's like what we call it inertia. Inertia. What is inertia? It indicates like a mass, right? So inertia, moment of inertia, also we're going to talk about in another chapter, but inertia play very important role. So if you don't apply the force to move a board which is at rest, right? Someone has kicked it. What happened? So, I mean, usually another example, a bridge caused the branches of a tree to swing clearly, so some external energy is needed to provide force to move the body from the rest. To throw a ball upward, one has to give it a, upward push. If I don't do these all activities, the body should be at rest or uniform motion, right? So that is the first law action. When you don't apply the force, the body or object should be at rest or uniform motion. So we this phenomena indicate inertia. Until and unless you apply the force on the body should be, the object should be under at rest or uniform motion. I mean, I didn't understand, sir. I mean, you definitely need to analyze yourself. Suppose when I don't apply the force on the volleyball, it doesn't go right. It doesn't go back. I have to apply the force. I mean, when you you are applying a force on the vehicle, so the vehicle move. If you don't apply the force, if you don't give the energy to the vehicle, it doesn't go. Cycle, how do you ride a cycle? You definitely applying the force, right? If you don't apply force in the cycle, it doesn't go right. So these are all very important. I mean, based on the force concept itself, we got the laws of motion. I mean, the first law, you don't need a force. That's the first law, actually. Their inertia. Inertia means you can imagine you are standing in the bus, right? You're standing in the bus, the bus is at rest. Suppose you came to the Imliban bus station, or you came to the Jubilee bus station to travel from the Hyderabad to Mumbai. So what you do, you basically go and sit in the bus, right? You go sit in the bus. So when you are dreaming something and you are reading the newspaper or whatever, but what happens suddenly? The bus driver, started the bus, and you are in the reading something. In the immediately, I mean, I would say, you are, let's say, what happened in that case. So the two situations I would like to discuss here. The first situation you are sitting, and the second situation you are standing. When you're standing, how do you feel it? When you're sitting, also kind of like the same thing. But there you're when you're sitting, the seat can support something. When you're standing, you don't have the support. So when the bus started, when the bus driver started the bus, how do you like the can let us say you are standing on the bus, you are standing on the bus driver immediately started the bus. Which direction your body fall, which direction your body move, that is a important thing. I mean, does anyone tell that? Everyone chaptara? ఏ డైరెక్షన్లో బాడీ మూవ్ అవుతుంది? బస్ డ్రైవర్ ఇమ్మీడియట్గా స్టార్ట్ చేశాడు.
Back direction.
Opposite,
Back
sir.
direction, sir.
What direction?
Yes, sir. Opposite direction.
Okay. Why it fall backward? The bus driver started frontward and your body goes backward. Why? What is causing here? ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ?
అవుతుంది సార్,
Huh?
బాడీలో మోషన్ జరుగుతుంది.
Bodyలో actually yes, it's kind of like close. The body actually what is body? The bodyలో అంటే బాడీ మొత్తం parts, right? Like every atom, every particle in the body, it's actually in the rest position that time. It was in the rest. So when you are trying to give a push, I mean when the driver started in this direction, the parts actually they were in the rest, velocity 0. I mean when the bus driver forcibly started the bus and you are standing on the basically on the surface of the bus. You are here, right? Your legs are actually velocity 0 before, and the velocity of the surface of bus, this is a bus, it started moving this direction, but your body legs are still velocity 0. So but this surface is pulling this direction. So your legs got a motion. Your legs actually, because they are attached to the surface of the bus, they got a motion, but entire body you didn't get the motion. So the body is still in the rest position, so it goes backward. So that is the reason. So another case is the bus is going actually in the uniform. The bus is basically going in a uniform motion. Okay. So you are standing here, and suddenly because of the some speed breaker, what he did is suddenly he stopped. Suddenly, this is a surface. So what he did is driver immediately stopped the bus. I mean he just did a brake. So the velocity of the surface becomes 0. The velocity of the surface becomes 0, but your body parts, whatever body parts, they are not, the velocity is not equal to 0. They are in a motion actually. ఎప్పుడైతే బ్రేక్స్ వేసేంత వరకు తన యొక్క వెలాసిటీ ఉంది. సో బ్రేక్ వేసినప్పుడు ఓన్లీ లెగ్స్ వెలాసిటీ మాత్రమే 0 అయింది ఇక్కడ మాత్రమే, ఎందుకంటే దే ఆర్ కనెక్టెడ్ టు ది సర్ఫేస్. ద ఎంటైర్ బాడీ స్టిల్ వెలాసిటీ ఉంది. సో అప్పుడేమవుతుందంటే ఫార్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్లో పడతాడు, అంటే తన వెలాసిటీ ఇంకా కూడా ఉంది కాబట్టి ఈ ఫాల్ ఇన్ టు దిస్ డైరెక్షన్, right? And this phenomena is called inertia. So inertia అనేది it's like it is a phenomenon which explain the kind of like a property of the status of the object, or which always oppose the motion. The inertia also always oppose actually. The phenomenon which oppose the motion of the object is called inertia. Okay. So inertia talks about the mass because the distribution, the entire, because when your particle is there, it talk about the mass, distribution of how the mass is distributing, దాని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది. మాస్ ఎలా డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అవుతుంది అనే దాని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది. So as you all know that, I mean, you can see clearly here what is the so what is actually force. I was trying to keep here something like so you can see the force is, without force you cannot talk about like if you want to move this object, definitely you need to apply the force. All right. If you don't apply the force, pull or push, it doesn't move that. Right. Similarly, the cars, bumped to the tree fell down, or the car gets damaged. So ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకి ఇక్కడ ఫోర్స్ అనేది. సో ఫస్ట్ లాలో we don't talk about the force, but second law, when second and third law, definitely the force come into here. You can also see this accident. So because of the force only, you can see these all damages. What does it do actually? Sorry. What force can do? Force can deform the structure of the material. అంటే ఫోర్స్ అనేది ఆ బాడీ యొక్క స్ట్రక్చర్ని డ్యామేజ్ అంటే డిఫర్మేషన్ చూపిస్తుంది. ఆ స్ట్రక్చరల్ చేంజ్ ఎలా అవుతుంది అనేది, ఇట్ డెఫినెట్లీ కొలాప్స్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్, ఇట్ డెఫినెట్లీ డ్యామేజ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్, ఇట్ డెఫినెట్లీ చేంజ్ ద షేప్ ఆఫ్ ద సిస్టమ్. ఆల్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద మ్యాటర్ force. So I just try to give the simple definition of force. Suppose if I ask someone, what is a force? Don't show your face like empty. Don't tell, don't know, sir. Don't tell like, oh, sir, I don't know. Those are the silly. I mean, you are the, like science student. You should able to tell that everything. Don't tell no. You try and attempt it. So force is a kind of pull or push which tends to generate a motion, right? Or which is a thrust. Or it also stops and tends to stop a body in a motion, or tends to change the shape of the body. I mean, without the force, what it can do? It can help to get the motion. It also can help to stop the motion, right? It also can help to change the shape of the body. Suppose you guys are making the ornaments, like gold ornaments, or some designing the interior design of your houses, or maybe something like making the steel windows, whatever, carving, lot of things, like carpenter, what they all do that. Suppose you are taking the gold chain. Definitely gold chain, you can see that how gold chain is, how they made it. Definitely, they need to apply some kind of force to change the structure of that, or structure up. So, if they don't change the structure, you don't get that bending. Okay. So force play very, very important role in mechanics. I mean, lot. Right. When the person, like when you get the baby out of the mom womb, what happened? The baby actually come out, and then once they take the baby come out of that surgery. I'm talking about surgery, not normal delivery. The surgery, they cut the stomach completely. They take out the baby, right? So what they do, they stitches this, right? The part that they open it, where the baby was there, and they took it out, and the stitches. I mean, what kind of stitches? Olden days, they usually use this, that one needle to stitches. But now the latest technology developed, they just simple use the polymer threads. Polymer thread. What it means is it dissolve in the body. Like they stitches it, they give the stitches here, right? And immediately they after tightening, here you can see the mechanics. They are applying the force while that stitching. So this one actually, what it does, then the completely whatever the blood flow, everything is stopped, and they apply some kind of here, the threads actually they use, immediately within a 2-3 days they dissolve in our body. Why, sir? How they dissolve? They are biopolymers. The threads are biopolymers. So bio means they dissolve in our body tissue. So that is the latest technology. I mean, the question is how many days does it take cure? రికవర్ ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది, హూండ్ హీలింగ్ ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది అని కూడా మెకానిక్స్. సో అక్కడ ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తారు, థ్రెడ్స్ ప్లే ఇంపార్టెంట్ రోల్. సో లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఫిజిక్స్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ ఫీల్డ్. సో moving forward to, I want to spend a lot of time. I mean, you also know that internal forces. What are the internal forces? I mean, every body, every whatever that you take about it, whatever you take, the any object, gold object, silver object, diamond, iron rods, everything, whatever you consider, inside what are there? Atoms are there, right? Every material లోపల ఏముంటాయి? Atoms ఉంటాయి. In every material you can see the atomic structure. I mean, when you are applying a force on the body, the external force transform into the internal, right? మనం పైన అప్లై చేసిన బలం ఏమవుతుంది? ఇట్ గోస్ ఇన్ టు ది ఇన్సైడ్ వాట్ ఆర్ దేర్? ఆటమ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. So the atoms can also feel, wow, so like I'm getting like feeling like bad, like getting someone is kicking me, like they also vibrated, move, change the structure. All this is going on internal. But one more example I would like to give. You are sitting in the car. I mean, you are applying a force on the car. Move. Does it move? No. ఇప్పుడు కార్లో ఉండి నువ్వు ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నావు స్టీరింగ్ మీద, మూవ్గా అని. ఇట్ డజంట్ మూవ్, రైట్? నో, రైట్? సో ఇంటర్నల్ ఫోర్సెస్ డస్ నాట్ హెల్ప్ టు మూవ్ ద బాడీ. లోపల కూర్చొని మూవ్ చేయమంటే అవుతుందా? అవ్వదు. బట్ ఇఫ్ సమ్మన్ అప్లై అ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ ద బ్యాక్ ఆఫ్ ద కార్ కెన్ గెట్ ద మోషన్. సో internal force does not help to get the flow, to get the motion of the object. So applying force agent inside the system, then it's known as internal force. It does not provide the motion of the system. So important point is, so internal forces does not help the motion for the body. So see, you can see here, if you are sitting in a car, you push it, it doesn't move, right? If you are come out and apply the same amount of force, then you get the motion. So external push can help the motion, can get the motion. Internal does not get the motion, right? So if you are sitting in the car, if you push it, it doesn't get the motion. But if you are come out, you just come out and push it and apply a force in the car, this direction, it can move this direction, right? So now you got a clarity that internal force do not help the body can move, but whereas external force can help to move the body. So here I just put the question. I mean, what is a force? I mean, force is everything. You can see here, it is pull, push, stop tends to body, tends to change of the shape of the body. All this is connectivity, okay? I mean, you can also see the inertia, some kind of, I would like to give the, basic. So here the first law, basically, it also law of inertia. First law is what? Law of inertia also. To understand Newton's first law, you need to know what is inertia, right? So inertia, if net external force is zero, if net external force ante బయట నుంచి అప్లై చేసిన ఫోర్స్ జీరో, ద బాడీ అప్పుడేమవుతుంది? బాడీ అప్పుడేమవుతుంది? రెస్ట్లోనన్నా ఉండొచ్చు, యూనిఫామ్ మోషన్లోనన్నా ఉంటుంది. బాడీ రెస్ట్, కంటిన్యూ టు రిమైన్ ఎట్స్ రెస్ట్, ఆర్ బాడీ ఇన్ మోషన్, continue to move. If someone asks you what is the first law, the first law states that the body at rest until and unless you apply the external force, a body at rest to remain at rest, or body in motion continue to move with uniform velocity until and unless you apply the external force. and this property is called inertia, right? So inertia, it always opposes the motion. I mean, you can force apply chain antavaraki, either the body should be at rest or it should be in the uniform motion. Right. I don't know what's time. I'm just going like, I have to check my time. I have another class. Okay. Okay, I have, I think, 5 more minutes to go. Quickly, I can finish it. Uh, so, inertia meaning, what is the meaning actually? Inertia, resistance to change. So, meaning also should understand. I don't know whether you learn in intermediate, but I just want to refresh you. So, inertia means a resistance to change, like stopping basically. Like it just kind of like resistance అంటే ఏంటి కరెంట్ ఫ్లో అవ్వకుండా ఇక్కడ కూడా ఏంటంటే మనం మూవ్ అవ్వకుండా చేసేది ఇనర్షియా ఏ బాల్ at rest stays at rest unless acted upon by a force, right? Inertia, stable motion. That here you to have this activity. So inertia indicate mass basically. When you apply a force, the mass the force applied to entire body, and it also transforms inside, and then body gets motion. If you don't apply the force, it doesn't move. So it just kind of like oppose the motion. It's uh, resistance to change. Uh, so yeah, very funny thing, you can see that the physicist means we are actually, you and me, we are all scientists, physics scientists. Let us say you are all scientists. I mean, I want you to be scientists too. The physicist means, physicist word you should understand. Physicist means the scientist who works in the physics, we call it as a physicist, right? The scientist word become a physicist. So scientist can be chemist, physicist, material scientist, like any computer scientist, anybody, like scientists who have done actually doctorates, who have done their PhDs. Usually we call it scientists, right? Scientists is nothing but they discovered something. They did depth analysis of some field. So mostly when you complete your PhDs, definitely you are going to be scientist. Even without PhD also, some can be treated as a scientist if you are working in the field of like, depth analysis of something. But yeah, so physicists have special meaning for the inertia, laziness. Hey, who is this guy? Who says those words? So this is a class. You have to talk professional words. Okay. This is the first warning. Next time, not going to allow you class. Simply, I'll kick you out. So we are going in a serious class. You guys are talking like anything. So the physicists, they gave the special meaning for the inertia. What is this? Lazy guy. So suppose if the person is very lazy in our class, what do you call is inertia guy. This guy has inertia. He doesn't, if he sits, he doesn't even move. I mean, he's a kind of like a lazy person, not active, I can say. So these things want to keep doing like they are already doing. So things want to stay in the same position as they are. Like these are the rest and motion. Okay. Inertia means laziness, as I mentioned. If things are rest, they want to stay in the rest. If things are motion, they are in the motion. So this is kind of motion, first law. So you should keep this definition forever. Every body continue its state of rest or state of motion until unless an external force is applied. This statement should sit in your brain always, forever should be there. Every body, every object continue to its state of rest or state of motion until unless an external force is applied. Is it clear? Is it clear, first law?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I mean, I just have some questions, but I think you can able to do. I don't want to explain all this stuff, Newton law, all this. I mean, I don't have much time, I can say, but let me complete this at least momentum. Did I post the attendance? Let me complete that first. Let me. I think I did, but let me post again. If some of you join later. Oh, come on. Yeah. I don't want to stop. Oh, yes. So how was the class today? Did you find any interesting stuff, students? Do you have any doubts? Do you want to share any of your ideas? Urkundu, you want to talk about it? Anybody want to share your idea, like physics point of view? Anything? ఏమన్నా మీరు షేర్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నారు ఐడియాస్?
No, sir, you could explain a brief explanation to us. Brief explanation, sir. Last
Voice
time.
is not clear, Nana.
Sir. Hello?
Others can mute it. Yes.
Sir, you can give a brief explanation to us. There is no doubts to ask you.
Okay. 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 So, okay. I think, I mean, no, I mean, but come up with some questions. Definitely, I appreciate it. I know. I mean, I try my best to give the best for you, but I always, think about my student to ask questions, not like, whatever I say is 100% correct. I mean, correct. That's not, you try, definitely. Okay. So, but always ask the questions. Okay. I always encourage my student to interact, right? So once you interact, you will be like, crazy, like, 100% correct. ఓకే. ప్రతి దానికి మీరు ఇక్కడ నుంచి క్వశ్చన్స్ ట్రై చేయాలి. రోజు ఒక క్వశ్చన్, అట్లీస్ట్ 1 or 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ 1 or 2 స్టూడెంట్స్. You get definitely choice, but yeah. Okay, na? Any doubts? I think I have to close now session.
No doubt, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, guys. Yes, please.
Scholarship, sir.
Scholarships, you can go, I think you have to complete everything online. I mean, Miss Seva Center, you have to go college and submit the document.
Sir, scholarships.
వెబ్సైట్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్.
దానికి డెఫినెట్ గా లెట్ మీ